Every cult is choshud on three things: shvichas damim, gilui arayos, and avodah zarah. Lev Tahor Cult is not only choshud on all these three, but is actually guilty of all these three. Avodah zarah, shvichas damim, a number of stories of people that were killed within the cult, and gilui arayos, immoral behavior. It's very, very painful for me to talk to you, my dear friends. But this project is actually a project that Dayanim from Satmar and Lubavitch is working together. I was called just a week ago, once again, because I've been called before, to help out getting people, rescuing victims from the cult of Lev Tahor. I was called last week by the Dayan Weiss of Satmar to join him in Guatemala. The things that we have seen together, that we have witnessed, the people that we have spoke to, former members of this cult, the stories that we heard are really unbelievably painful. I've been dealing with cults for over 40 years. This cult is worse than all. You're not allowed to help them in any way, not to give them money, and in fact, to do whatever you can to see to it that this cult disappears. Yes, some of the leaders are in jail, and hopefully all their leaders will be in jail. But I am concerned with the victims, the men, women, and children that have been physically abused and abused in every other way by this cult and by its cult leaders. My dear friends, for us to go through all the details, we simply don't have the time. I'm asking you to please help us if you can. First of all, if you have information, please, we can use more information. The authorities that are looking into the criminal behaviors of this cult need more information. We need people to help bring the families together, because these families were alienated, these children were alienated from their families. It's interesting that cult Lev Tahor followed the playbook. They followed sort of the ideas of two very, very dangerous cults. One is known as the People's Temple. Jim Jones, 909 people killed themselves because of the cult leader. Guess what? Within this cult, they're told to do the same thing. They're told if it comes to a moment, it comes to a time, you'd rather give your life than give in to the surroundings. That is very, very dangerous. And number two, the cult of Scientology, which today probably is the biggest and most powerful cult in the world, worth over $1 billion. They begin with alienation, and they begin by putting people, all the others down. These are the tactics that are practiced within the cult of Lev Tahor. My dear friends, with great pain in my heart, I ask you to help us. Money is needed, talent is needed, people are needed, supplies are needed, food is needed. Much is needed for us to help close to 200 neshamas, nefashos that are tied into this cult. Mostly children, mostly the children under 10 years old. There is a video out there called 10 Reasons Why Lev Tahor is a Cult. You may want to look at that video to get a little bit better understanding. But the purpose of my speaking to you in this video is simply to let you know, number one is leaders of various different kreisen from various different communities are joined together to make sure that we blot out this cult once and for all, that we save the victims from this cult once and for all, that we bring the families back, the children back, and reunite them with their families once and for all. And we need your help. All the things that I mentioned, and much of Olam Hazeh Hagashmi runs on money, and we can use your financial support as well. Reach out to your own Dayan or your own Rav of how you can be helpful to us. And let's hope and pray that as we get rid of this Rasha B'kirbecha, get rid of this cancer that was in the midst of the Jewish people, and as we're successful in doing that, we also are successful in bringing Mashiach b'mheira v'yameinu. Amen.